It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the AMP Media Studios, Dawn and Freddy S and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S, are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S.
Welcome to the cafe, and they have me in the nuts corner. Because Dawn always wants to change sets. So we're changing sets here, and they sat me next to Square.
It's a different point of view today.
Oh, no, there's a different point of everything.
It's like a PPV.
Don't say PP on the air.
Pay-per-view.
Oh,
I got Sip, Swirl, and Sway. I don't know, pay-per-view, Fika, and I'm aging as we speak is all I can tell you. I'm a little warm. Getting a little verklempt, a little warm in here. I can't get these hormones right, I got to tell you.
You have a little phlegm, you said?
Verklempt. It's like, it's a little warm in here. You like Yiddish, verklempt. You learned that word yesterday.
Mm-mm.
You didn't?
No, but I got to tell you, today marks a new day in my history.
Well, I'm afraid to ask.
I was called shady. What a night, yeah.
Being Tracy's in the house, and she's like, you're black, the hat, it's a little shady.
They trust you, and I'm a little shady.
How can I tell you?
Is that why the book took 6 years to come and
You
work?
think he's shady?
Here we go. He won't let me live that down.
Was it because I was shady? And she went for. In this house, I got more like 14 years of people waiting for me to work with them.
No camera on Dawn and Freddy, but we can hear them. Thank you.
What does it say?
There's no camera on us, but they can hear us. I mean, Dawn and Richard. I was going to say, but I can see myself in the camera.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those days.
I think you shady.
but Freddie, this is why it works. You know, the yin and the yang, trusted,
totally.
shady. You know, it
Trust
works.
and shady.
It's perfect.
me
Yeah,
tell you
trusted
something.
and shady.
Let me tell you something. I've been watching Sopranos now for 5 days.
I'm telling you, you're just missing
Don't
your
talk
zip.
to me
You're just
that
missing your zipper sweatshirt.
Listen, you can't call a woman shady.
No.
You ever notice? A woman cannot be called shady.
No,
No.
but a guy could be totally 100%.
It's the
A
hat.
guy could be called shady. What do you
Yeah.
call a woman? Shadress? What do you
No.
call a woman? You brought it up. What do you call a woman?
I don't
You
know,
call her.
but there's
You call her honey.
And she calls him like, foul on the play. Somebody throw a flag. What do you call a female shady? Shadya. What do you call her?
You call her honey.
Call her, I'm
Dear.
sorry.
Yes, dear.
Shady. I've never met a woman that's shady.
You never met a shady woman?
I may meet a woman that I don't really
Care for.
trust. Right,
Right.
care for. But I can't tell you they're ever shady. I may stay away.
So a woman cannot be shady. This is my point. The women have
I may
it
tell you they're like
so
possessed or something. They're like a.
I would agree.
I
with
don't know,
that.
right?
Yes, 100%.
We've
It's
had
The
people.
Exorcist.
We've had people in here, and they make me feel kind of funky when they leave. But I don't tell you they're shady. I just feel kind of funky
Richard,
when
do
they
that
leave.
thing where you spin your head around 360.
and then the crew goes around and they sage after me. They open the door. They clean the
I'm
water
going to
out.
tell you
I
something.
don't
This
do it in
saging,
public.
I have the worst allergy now. I can't breathe. I can't see. I can't do nothing.
Maybe it's the cat
the cat.
at your house.
Now I'm beginning to sink deeper into shadiness. Shady. I got to tell you, I'm going to make a sweatshirt that says, I call him as I see him, shady.
There you
It
go.
will work?
And then an arrow pointing up or down, like that's me.
No, I'm
You
going to
don't want
have.
to point down.
No, I'm going to. No, I'm
You-
going to have.
I'm with shady.
Arrow pointed
I'm
this
with shady.
direction. I'm with shady.
There used to be another shirt. My brother used to have it and had an arrow. It says, "I'm with the S word you don't like."
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, that one.
Thank
Oh.
you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You just bait him, and he takes the bait every time.
Every time.
Yep. I look for the bait.
He's like the
What, are you
fish.
kidding me?
This is what
I'm like,
happens.
Frank's not baiting me. What's going on?
But this is what happened when you open the trunk of your car. He pops out. You gotta pop him back in.
He's the original truck monkey.
That's good. You can tell what kind of show we've got lined up for you. We've got authors, we've got books,
We got
pickleball.
things we're giving out. So get a pencil and paper. Call in to the studio. I hope they opened up.
888-994-4995. Studio A, we've got a lot coming up for you on the 12 o'clock and the 1 o'clock hour. Moving sets, lots of guests. We've got faith stories, some new guests, and being
And
Tracy.
Tracy.
Being Tracy.
AKA
It must be the name, like New
the
Mom?
silent assassin. What?
Like New Mom. Imagine putting Tracy and New Mom together.
I only call him how I see him.
He's shady.
What about me made you think I was an assassin? What would make you say that?
What would make you say I'm shady?
The hat, your shirt.
I think
In
you
the
and me
black
and Ari,
shirt?
we're going to straighten all this out in a second.
We'll be right back.
This holiday season, let the spirit of the Brooklyn Cafe brighten up your mornings with our exclusive cafe merch collection, with our stylish tees to rep your favorite show. Elevate your morning routine with our signature cafe mugs, a sleek, lightweight laptop sleeve to protect your valuable device, a 17-ounce stainless steel bottle with your favorite show logo on it, and your favorite, hold on, let me overthink this phone case, for all Apple and Samsung phones. Cheers to the holiday season. Order now at brooklyncafe.tv/shop. Happy holidays!
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
And we're back. What do you want me to do? I'm not ready.
I can't even.
I'm getting dressed here.
This is what I have. What's your house like for Christmas? Do you open your gifts like before everyone else gets up?
Yes, even before the kids.
You're going to do that backwards.
Oh, it's okay, now it's full.
It's still black, Tracy. What can I tell you?
Well, it says grateful. It says
Grateful.
but
Now you got 0-0.
That's right, because the sun is in my eyes.
The sun is in your eyes.
Yes,
in your
check this.
shirt.
Check this out.
You got merch.
And if I got wardrobe.
0-0 star wardrobe. You're pretty simple to take care of. I see that.
Yeah, I don't need all the finesse, the alligator shoes.
There's a QR code. You too can get your book. Scan me right there. It says 0-0 star. We met Karen. We didn't really meet Karen.
Yes, we did.
We met her. Maybe you met her.
I met her.
Did you meet
She
her?
was
at
at the
expo?
pickleball. Yeah.
Exactly.
She told me, "Get the hell away from me,
But
you
she's like
shady person."
She's in secret. She's CS singer.
Oh, did I say that out loud? Ooh.
You are.
In your thoughts, Freddie. In your thoughts.
How you like my new hat?
I like it. You look a little dark.
Do I
think it
look
might
less
need new
shady?
light.
Do
No,
I look? I
a
still
little
look
more
shady?
More shady.
More
You look
shady.
more shady. You put in more.
You're like literally like in the shade. Like you need more light.
No, that's a different shade.
You're shady. You
I
want to
just
talk?
said it. I just spoke with my heart when I looked at you. That was what my heart said. It just first thing that came to my mind.
And the
When you
silence
said that
assassin.
probably they were, people were more receptive to another opinion, I just said, well, maybe it's because you look so shady.
Tracy, where's that blouse that you were wearing? When are we bringing
black
We're going
dress?
to talk about that very soon. Silent assassin. All right, here we go. Where are we going? Are we going to 0 equals start?
We may as well go to 0 start because while we're doing that, we actually have 2 free VIP courtside seats for Thursday, January 18th, next week at Patrick Park for the Pickleball Masters. So if anyone is interested, give us a call. 888-994-4995. This gets you into everything. Courtside, food, vendors, pickleball, and a whole lot of fun for Thursday, the 18th, right at Patrick Park. I'm excited. Look at all these courts, vendors, people. What's that about?
Mucho pickleball.
How many people do you think they have coming?
500
I bet more.
to 1,000.
It's got to be more.
In the 5 days?
Yeah,
Oh, that's going to be maybe 3,000 or 4,000 people.
that's what I'm thinking.
And she plays there.
Yeah, that's my home court.
That's her home court.
Caryn, how do you pronounce your last name?
Schulsinger.
Schulsinger.
Caryn.
Caryn.
Good luck with that.
C.S. Schulsinger. But she kind of did this under a pen name, so call us if you're interested in these or write in. We got this card, and there was no real name. There was no email. There was no Instagram. There was no way for me to contact Caryn. Then I was thinking about when I was dating. Because remember, if you didn't give a guy your number, they had to find you, and if a guy really wanted to find you, they would really find you. So I thought, this is great marketing.
Never had that problem either.
Never happened.
This is great marketing, though.
Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. never happened to me. They usually didn't want me to find them.
Because you're shady.
Wow.
What can I tell you?
All right, I can see this is going to be a bit for like a week, isn't it?
Tracy and I have been working on this since Saturday.
It just came to my heart. I was like, he looks shady.
Everywhere you go, you create control chaos.
So I had to work hard to find Caryn, C.S. Singer, but we found her, and she answers her messenger, and she's going to update her card so people can now find her and find her books. Yeah. But the QR code is here. It's a new fiction novel release. But you went into being an author later in life, kind of like Frank. You didn't always do this.
No, that's correct, and I apologize for my naivety about not putting my
found you,
social
though.
media
Easy.
on there. I wrote another book 10 years ago while I was still working in the corporate world, and because I just always liked to write, and that one was just an ebook, and a little bit racier. It was a beach read, the whole time that people were reading 50 Shades of Grey. So I had to create a pen name because I was in corporate compliance, and it would not be a good look for me to have a racy book, out in my name. And then now that I've retired, I wanted to get back into writing, so we started playing pickleball about 1.5 years ago, and I'm like, there's no fiction about pickleball. So that's why I started writing it.
What do you love about pickleball? Everybody loves pickleball.
Oh my God, everything. I'm not a great player. I'm like maybe intermediate, a little bit better. But it is a social game. I've met so many fabulous people there. About 30 women over at Patrick Park. We all play together, different times. It's fun, it's good exercise. I like outdoors, so you get, the fresh air. It's just a lot of fun.
People say networking and socialization of pickleball is incredible.
Yeah. You meet people everywhere. You can go to any park. I usually play at Patrick. My husband goes to all the parks in the area and just plays with whoever. So,
Are you retired to Florida? Or are you from,
Yes.
I know you're not from here, but.
New Jersey.
So what brought you here, pickleball?
No, but I actually like the availability for sure.
Because you can play outside, right?
Yeah.
You reading the book?
Yeah.
And you actually don't have to know about pickleball or understand pickleball to read the book, because it's not actually about pickleball. It's pickleball as the background in the book, about 4 people who have met through pickleball up actually in Calusa Park. So it all takes place here in South Florida. There's restaurants that will sound familiar to people, and they meet, and then one of the men gets accused of attempted rape, and it's mostly about how the media actually destroys his life.
Wow.
And shocker, right? And then in the end, how, he ends up getting out of it. So
What inspired you to write the book?
I just like to write. And, and that's what I was thinking, that pickleball, if you look, there's maybe 3 fiction novels. So I'm like, it's growing so much that, fiction should be the next step for it, included in fiction.
But it's kind of as if you don't have to swipe right or left. You can meet people in the pickleball court, is the premise. Right? She met him playing pickleball?
Yes, right, exactly. That's exactly right. They met, on a pickleball court and became friendly and started dating 2 couples. So yeah, it is such a social game that you can meet anybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Think about that. What a pickup pickleball.
Pick up pickleball. Rich, pick up pickleball.
Rich, I think you got your new calling to pick up pickleball.
Rich, pick up pickleball.
I'm sorry? I'm
Right,
in my own
engage.
show over here. No, I've played pickleball before.
Do you ever pick anyone up
You
at
ever
pickleball?
pick up any
Pick up a
digits?
date?
I was married at the time, so yeah, that
And that's why he's not married anymore.
Yeah, that probably would have ended things
How
a lot
long has
sooner.
pickleball been around?
600 years.
I beg your pardon?
How long has pickleball been
Oh,
around?
pickleball's been around for decades.
Yep.
Oh, really? I just thought
So-
it got big recently.
Very
It
recently.
may have gotten big recently, but it's been around for a while. It's like playing ping pong on a tennis court.
On
Or a
steroids.
half-size tennis
Have
court.
you seen all the commercials now? They've changed. They're not tennis courts anymore. Everyone's playing pickleball. The
That's
healthcare
right.
commercials, everything, pickleball commercials.
And it's funny because it's been around for years, but now they keep score. So because
Karen
they
keeps
keep
score?
Well,
It's hard to keep score sometimes because you end up laughing, having long points and whatever,
Yeah.
and then we're like,
God, I
wait,
would
who
never
served?
get
Who
a
served
game
that?
done.
What's the score? You don't, So
See-
it's a very fun aspect to that.
I would. That's the game I enjoy because I know I'm losing.
Your whole outfit is cracking me up. Even his mic is
What
on
are
the
you talking
outside
about?
of his
Have
shirt.
you ever noticed? You can always tell the pickleballers from the crowd, right? Because they dress nice, they got shirts, they're walking, they're woofing.
They got
Woofing.
shirts. You run
Again.
into a lot of people that don't have shirts.
Only women.
She's funny.
She's quick, this one. Hey, wait a minute, I gotta go sharpen my pencil.
She's
When is
woofing.
her turn? The silent assassin. Boy, I gotta tell you. But the nice thing about pickleball is when I used to try to learn to play golf, which is the most confusing game in the world, why wouldn't I want to hit a little ball 500 yards to put it in the cup? I just walk up to it and put it in there. There's nothing to that. But I couldn't play that game. So I used to have a bar in the back of my little putt-putt,
Your cart.
a little cart, yeah. And so I used to be the fun person of that. But with the pickleball, everybody's having fun. They're all having a good time. Look, man is happy. How many years you been married?
Long.
37 and the man
37
still
years.
smiles.
Are you both retired?
Yeah, yeah.
You're both playing pickleball?
Oh yeah.
I think pickleball is the new way to save a marriage.
Yes.
Well, that would be the case not to play together. So we
Not
do
to
much
play-
better
okay.
when we don't play together. But his level is much higher than mine. As I wrote in the dedication, that I
Is
would
he-
aspire to play as well as he
Is
can
he
play.
aggressive? Like he wants to win?
He's much more competitive than me. I
Really?
just want to have fun. He plays in tournaments, everything, all that.
he's-
Yeah.
How do
he's
they always
great.
know? You always get the black and I always get the white.
Because I am
The
shady.
light and the
Shady
dark.
with
The
black.
light and the dark. I feel like
Today, though, you didn't
I just want to thank you for highlighting my life.
uncovered the.
the uniqueness of Freddie.
Bada bing. So you got to jump into this too, right? Bada bing.
How
What?
nice is this?
Yes.
I got the blue, I got the white, you got the black.
And it's funny because I thought Caryn was spelled with a C. So C-A-C
It
to
is.
me. Is that with a K?
No, Caryn.
Oh, okay. So this both makes sense.
Yes, Caryn spelled with a C.
Right.
What kind of reviews are you getting? How are people responding to the book?
Well, on Amazon, I'm 4.5 stars for the
Nice.
reviews that I have on there. So it's very pleasing. People seem to enjoy it. It's a quick read. Nothing that anybody can't read. There's no actual adult content in this one. Some people find that boring, but they seem to like it.
And what's next? Love, lies, and deception.
Right. That is what the story is about.
You were inspired by people in Boca?
I am in.
Wow.
Sorry.
No,
Wow.
but that is true
You
because
should wear the black hat.
you do write. You do pull a lot of what you know and who you know into these characters.
I've been here a long time.
Yeah. So yes, there are definitely familiarities to those that know. You know, if the characters, they'll say, "Oh, that sounds like it could have been me." I'm like, "Yeah, a little
It
bit,
could have been,
a little
but
bit."
maybe. Names have been
little bit of
changed
you,
to
a little bit of
protect
you.
the
Dawn,
innocent.
Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, is talking about the word love, not the other two.
Of course.
Trying to clean it up here.
Absolutely. But how nice. We were talking to Carl yesterday, and Carl Foster is one of the co-creators of the event next week, and he said he was semi-retired until he found pickleball. And his wife, they both play pickleball, but they don't play together. But it gives everyone new things to do, new activities, getting outside, not sitting home watching TV, new friends. Everyone's making new friends because it's so social. I think it's a great sport.
It is absolutely fabulous. You should really try it.
We're going to try
So
this.
let me ask you, on the sidelines, are you allowed like to bring a cooler and a table, some chairs and some?
Well, sometimes we
Champagne?
bring coolers with. You mean just to play on a regular basis or to the tournament?
Like when I used to play baseball, I used to bring like a cooler.
Yeah.
And 12 people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. People bring. They bring the little park chairs. They sit on those in between games. Patrice also has open play where they're not organized games, and you just come in and you put your paddle in a rack, and then the next 4 people go out. So you're sitting and waiting sometimes. So people do. They bring their coolers, whatever. They hang out.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, sorry.
See, that's your style.
Hanging
That's when
out.
it gets a little warm, you quit. It's too wet. I'm sweating.
Truth. I was saying,
I played there all summer through 112 degrees.
women don't sweat though. They glitter.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Trust me, some of them sweat like bloody murder. Tracy, do you play?
Pickleball?
Yeah.
So I played once. I paid for 10 lessons of tennis when I lived in Coral Gables, and I only took 3 because my shoulder started hurting. But I was just talking to someone about pickleball yesterday, and they said that I might be able to play that because I guess you hit more underhanded,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't be the pressure on my shoulder. So maybe I'm going to try.
You
Maybe
should,
I'll take it
because
up.
Underhanded is your style.
Well, you're the shady one now.
I apologize up front. Look, the Mona Lisa's staring down at you. She's saying, behave.
She started.
How old are you?
6. How do you get the book, hon?
So on Amazon, you can get the book in print, only on Amazon. Every place else, you can download it to iBooks, your Kindle, your Nook. So it's not available in stores. I self-published it. So that's one of the drawbacks is that distribution is mostly ebook, but Amazon does print.
A fictional story, but I bet people read it and they think, maybe not.
No,
Fiction.
well, maybe some of it.
Some of it.
And what's next? What other books do you have coming up?
So right now I'm writing my second pickleball novel. I'm moving it actually to Patrice Park from Calusa, and it's going to be a different story that has more of a timely news thing going on in it, but everybody knows each other through pickleball.
What inspires you? Frank gets his inspirations from his muse. What gives you the story? Do you hear the voices in your head or just the ideas?
It's an interesting process. I know the general story that I want to do, the topic really, but I never know how it's going to go. And then sometimes, and I'll just share for an example in the book, at one point I was playing and I got hit in the eye, so a little public service announcement, you really should always wear eye protection. And I had a big black eye. And I actually incorporated that into the book. So it's, everyday things, and then I get an idea on where to take the story next. So it's a process. I never kind of really know until it's happening.
Now you see things around you, and all of a sudden you're writing little pieces for the next book.
Yep.
I do the same thing for this show. I got hit in the eye yesterday. Happens every day.
All right, you can get the book at Amazon.
Yep.
Are you going to be selling these at the tournament on the?
I don't really have a way to do that.
I do. Yo, this book.
Some people have said I should get a table there or whatever. I haven't done that. I probably should do that. I'll look into it.
But she's good at marketing. We found her.
You found me. I'm going to improve the marketing, I promise. Thank you, though.
like
All right,
this.
check it out. Check out the book on Amazon. Can we put up the QR code again, please?
Does
If we have
you
it?
sell the merch too, like the hat and the shirt and all that stuff?
No,
There it is.
that is just a gift.
Just scan me.
appreciate that.
00 start, a pickleball tale of love, lies, and deception.
Now I have to ask because I got to represent the guys in the room. Did your husband have any influence on the book? Did he contribute any of the things that?
Well, yes, but he also was one of my editors. So, there are aspects of my husband in there, but he is one of the editors. And as I wrote every 5 chapters, he would read it and my daughter would read it. And they would help me with editing and wording and things like that.
Very
This is
nice.
So cool. Congratulations. This is really,
Thank
really
you.
nice.
Congratulations. Thank you for joining us. Thank you
Thank
for
you
the
for
book,
having me.
the merch.
I'm going to sell them. I'm going
Freddy's,
to walk down the
Freddy's
street.
Love Line.
Sometimes you got to do the shadiness of it.
More to come on the other side of this commercial break. Check it out on Amazon. CS Singer 00 start.
France. Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now. Operators are standing by.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
And we're back. Listen, if you call in and we
I got lots of things here.
And we spin the wheel for you, you can win. You can win something.
We should actually give a book away.
Well, Caryn's going to be our first victim. So, Caryn, I'm going to spin this wheel, and whatever you win, you will win. And look at that, Caryn gets the coffee.
Nice.
So, Caryn, this is for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
How easy is that game?
So, if you call in 888-9, what is it?
888-9944-995. Studio A. Give Caryn a nice bag of Brooklyn
spin the
Cafe
wheel
Show
for
coffee.
you.
Brought to you by Don Pablo, Coffee Growers and Roasters.
I'll spin the wheel for you, and you two can win.
That's awesome.
A gift. So if you call in now, just identify yourself. We'll spin it, and there may be a trip to Hawaii for you.
You never know. Or Mexico.
One way only.
Or you never know.
No, we're back to the Mexico thing.
Anyone know where Machu Picchu is? Thank you.
So what's in Mexico?
The ruins of Mexico.
I've actually never been to Mexico.
You've been to Machu Picchu?
Skins.
What's
Machu
it called?
Picchu.
I said Mexicans.
What?
Mexicans are in Mexico.
I will remember Chicken in the Sea here, Chicken Sense.
Chichen Itza.
I went there. That's where I
Yeah,
went.
we heard that story in the morning show. All right, we got to go talk to Being Tracy over
Yeah,
here.
but you're making fun of me.
Always.
The shady one.
You make it so fun.
Yeah, let's talk to the silent assassin over here.
Where did I get this name?
She told me.
Does Tracy have a mic? Oh, she doesn't have a mic.
Where did I
Okay.
get this name, the silent assassin? I don't know. What did I do that made you think that I'm a silent assassin?
Nothing, you call me shady. but-
Assassin of what, though? Assassin means killing someone.
No, it doesn't. It could be just, being in a car.
It's just going to go into the word of Freddie vernacular.
Yes.
Like Freddie makes
Oh,
up
she
words
doesn't
that don't
know
know.
me.
Freddie makes up words that don't really go with the right thing.
I
So
don't know
he
what
could
she's-
mean
I don't know
something
what she's
else.
talking about.
We never know. But I met
I mean, I
Tracy.
never expected me calling you shady was going to go so far this morning. Like, I just
Smotherification.
was trying to explain why people might not be listening to you as much as they're receptive to Dawn's
Ask
message.
Rich. He'll tell you the same thing.
Oh, it's getting better.
That's all I was trying to do.
This is getting better.
I didn't mean to hurt you. I obviously affected you. I'm so sorry.
I really enjoy your compliments.
And now you've
Digging a
you've
hole
invited me to
bigger
be
and
on your
bigger.
show. I did not mean to hurt you. It affected you, I can tell.
And Tracy has a show. Where's your show on?
My show is on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. It's called Being Tracy, BeingTracy, because I can only tell you what it's like to be me. I can't say what it's like to be
Shady?
or Dawn or anyone else here. But I've got some pretty funny stories, as you've
I
seen.
can see that
said.
you are a who?
I was listening to some of your podcasts. You were sending me
listen to
shows
all of
over
them.
the weekend.
She's hilarious.
So funny. What inspired you to start a podcast?
Well, so I was a guest on another podcast. I actually met a girl just out when I was out at Crazy Uncle Mike's one afternoon after church, and I went there for the crazy bingo they have there on Sundays after church. And this lady said to me something about she had a podcast, just mentioned it off the fly. And then the next day she called me and said, hey, we want you to be on our podcast. I talked to my partner. We want you to be on it. And it's called Crazy Rich Neighbors. And so they had me on their podcast. And then after the podcast, they were the one girl that didn't know me yet said, oh, my gosh, you were totally right, Mia. You were totally right. She was awesome. And they looked at me and they said, Tracy, you've got so many funny stories and you're so hilarious and so much material. You need to have your own podcast. So
there it is.
the next week, I had talked to the producers and I had my own podcast the next week. So
She's hilarious.
I'm shooting, I just shot my 20th on yesterday.
Congratulations.
So thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving it.
You're a natural.
Well, I told you my history. I studied radio and TV in college until I found out I had to take so much Spanish. And then I'm like, I got to find something else. So,
And Rich, guess what she did for a living before now? She was a teacher.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, I can't say I was a teacher for that long. I substitute taught after I met,
That counts.
when I first moved to Naples, Florida. And I met my ex-husband then, and then I substitute taught a couple more years, and then I started having babies. And so then after the second baby, I was like, okay, I'm going to just teach these kids what's going on. And so
But tell them what happened, how karma bit you back for
Well,
Spanish.
karma bit me back when, after having my kids, my ex-husband and I decided to take the kids to Panama and move to Panama, where, what do they speak in Panama but Spanish? So I had to learn Spanish, despite the fact. So anyway, and then I found out that I could only take so many Spanish lessons and work out. So then I started going back to work, which is when I went back to work with the American Chiropractor magazine, my family business. And that's my father on the cover there. He just passed away in October on my brother's birthday.
And you publish this magazine.
Well, my father founded it 45 years ago as a chiropractor,
Wow.
and I'm one of the executive team that helped put it together.
So she does podcasting.
One of the things
she
I
does
do.
Magazines.
And
she
she's
does a
real
little bit of
estate.
writing. And real
She's
estate.
And real
podcast.
estate. I love
And
real
where's your
estate.
real estate?
Keller Williams. I'm worldwide because through Keller Williams, I have a team of the most educated and the best people to help you negotiate the best price for your property, buying, selling, commercial, or residential real estate. So
She does
just
a
reach
lot.
out to me. I can help you out with a lot of different
I get
things.
exhausted just talking to her.
She does a lot. And we met her through Ken Bieberman, the artist that we so luckily get to represent here in the studio.
Yeah, we love Ken. He's
And Ken Bieberman we just shot his podcast yesterday. He'll be on going live next Thursday not tomorrow, but next Thursday at 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Wow.
That's when it goes live.
Nice.
5 a.m.?
5 a.m. on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple.
5 a.m.?
Being Tracy, BEINGTRACY.
5 a.m.?
That's when it goes live. It'll be live forever. You don't have to get up to catch it.
Because I'm about to say.
But it'll be away. If you wake up at 5:15, it'll be live.
Still be playing.
And what did you talk about with Ken?
Well, we talked about Ken and what he offers, all of his art and how he started and where he started and where he sees art going in the future and what he can do through his studio. I went over and visited his studio and took a little video that you can also find on YouTube until next week, so you don't have to wait to see the podcast. You can get a load of his art already right now on my YouTube channel, which is Being Tracy.
5 a.m.
And are you enjoying podcasting?
I'm loving it. Well, this is exactly what I wanted to do when I was studying radio and TV in college. And then it's just so funny how life is. I've been manifesting, and I always have to give God the credit because my sister's a devout Catholic and she's like, Tracy, you can't just say you're manifesting and you're doing it. You have to give God credit. Through God, I am manifesting these amazing opportunities like this right here. Like, where did this come from? Did I get to be on your show today?
5 a.m.
Well,
She woke up late. We're excited that you're here.
I did wake up
She's
late
hilarious.
today.
She is hilarious. And she'll be producing some new stuff also. We're going to be talking about Tracy doing some productions.
I'm so excited. This
other
is just
things.
like a dream come true, seriously.
She really is a natural. All kidding aside, she really, really is good.
She's hilarious.
You have to catch the show about the dress. Must watch TV. Gotta
Or the
catch it.
date in the parking garage.
No, the dress.
Well,
dress is
you're
what
talking
it
about the wardrobe malfunction.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those words, when you put them together, you get a lot of views. A lot of views. But it was funny. It was hilarious. She's a funny lady.
So funny. Well, I'm glad you're here to join us.
I'm thrilled. Thank you so much.
So it's our
an
pleasure.
honor to meet you both. And even though I called you shady, I meant that with no disrespect.
Oh, no,
I was
no,
just
I
calling
didn't
it
take
like
that
I
way.
saw it, like. Well, it's just because you're a little shady. That's why they're more receptive to Dawn. Like, I just threw it off, didn't know it was going to be the whole focus of the topic today.
Even when the sun shines, there's some shade somewhere.
Just the facade of what it is.
You just stay quiet.
And shady isn't always bad. That's not. I didn't mean
No,
that in
I
a bad
actually
way.
like-
I meant the kind of shady that's good shady.
I like
Gratitude.
Shadiness. I
Shady.
kind of like that color.
Black. Gray. It's back to gray from yesterday.
But Caryn gave me gray and black, so I can wear
Shade been
both.
thrown today.
Some shades, yeah.
All the authors have the clever sayings. You're supposed to read them.
You can find the Brooklyn Cafe Show across all social media platforms. Like, throw in some shade. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch as well. So you can follow us also on LinkedIn. You can find all of our shows that are streaming live out on every platform. You can always contact us right here at the studio, 888-994-4995, Studio A. We've got a lot of things to give away, so call in or write in today. When we come back from commercial break, we're going to go to Faith Stories,
And you know,
Dawn DeMarco book, and Rich Sosa.
And if you call in and you can identify who the silent assassin is.
Oh, jeez. Can you have a better name?
You'll win the prize to see the pickleball thing. I'm going to combine it.
We need a better name than Silent Assassin. That's insulting, I think.
Is it?
If you could identify the silent assassin.
It might not be you. Stop giving yourself away.
Keep calling me that.
It could be her. We're going to move it around.
How can it not be
Slippery
me?
like
You
ice.
keep calling me that.
More to come. We'll be right back.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing, what's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa that I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddy S and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought.
Today, we're going to talk about our Freedom Patch. This is the world's first and only drug-free, non-invasive, and non-electrical pain patch. To understand how the Freedom Patch works and delivers pain relief, we need to understand a little bit about the neuromatrix of pain and how it works. Every physical, emotional, and psychological function has a neural code that controls and regulates it. The various brain regions and signals that help manage pain are called the neuromatrix of pain. Sometimes these signals get stuck, damaged, or corrupted. This leads to poor pain management. Leading studies show that a well-functioning neuromatrix with synchronized signals can lead to reduced pain. So, how do we help the neuromatrix of pain work better? Easy. Just peel and apply the Freedom Patch to where we are feeling the pain. That could be our shoulder, neck, arm, leg, knee, back, or even hip. The Freedom Super Patch has this intricate and special pattern of ridges. It's like a QR code. We already know that our skin absorbs and transmits information from many different types of stimulation, including light, heat, and cold. With the Freedom Super Patch, the skin uses our sense of touch to absorb and transmit the information. When these ridges in the pattern come in contact with our skin, they stimulate skin sensors that generate and send a very complex signal to our brain that helps balance the neuromatrix of pain. A recent study shows the Freedom Patch helped significantly reduce pain for people within minutes. In fact, the study shows that the Freedom Patch helps with pain from arthritis, myofascial, musculoskeletal, and neuropathy. The Freedom Super Patch is a scientific breakthrough that is FDA registered and comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Just imagine less pain without drugs or related risks. The Freedom Patch is an amazing solution for immediate drug-free pain relief.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
Hi, I'm Dawn DeMarco with Face Stories, and I just want to thank Broughton Garage Door for being a sponsor of the Faith Stories segment. I also want to thank Dawn and Freddy for letting me hone in on part of their time. That's such a blessing. And I have one announcement that I want to share. It's a nonprofit. It's called Unico, and it's an Italian organization that raises funds for children of Italian heritage to help them go to Italy, but then they also help local community hospitals, Catholic hospitals, and help with the kids, with children who are in the hospital. So they have an event coming up on January 23rd. It's called Swirl, Sip, and Sway. It's a cigar cocktail party, and it's at Arturo's, and it is from 6:30 till they have dancing, they have live music. So if you want to go, the tickets are $130 or $150 at the door. You can go to unicohighlandbeach.com. Oh, you can't hear? Okay, so anyway, unicohighlandbeach.com. So check it out. They're a great organization. Okay, so let's move on to what we're going to talk about. I have an amazing man here, Rich Sosa, who I met a couple, what was it, like 2 months ago or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, here. And I said, oh, I want to have you on Face Stories because we started talking after Richard was here. And we just really hit it off. And then I called you, and I wanted to hear your story. So I guess my first question would be, Rich, is were you raised in a faith household?
Okay, well, actually, before we even start that.
Okay, sorry.
All right, before we start, I want to talk about the shady thing for just a second.
Hello.
You know, Freddie's all upset about being called shady, right? But look at the cup that he gives me for my coffee, Bratz. So, you know, maybe I should be upset about, you know, what he's implying.
And he should match the cup with the person, and he doesn't understand that concept. So people get upset when he gives them the Bratz cup, but he gave you a good cup.
Isn't that funny?
And that's Frank's go-to. But we keep telling him, you have to be cognizant of the mug you give to the person. And he
or bring your
get-
own. Bring your own. See, I'm
bring your own mug. There you go.
And here I am on Faith Stories, I'm stirring the pot.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. It's just,
Oh God, this is
Here
going to
we-
be a
here we
snort-filled show. Both of him and I are, we laugh, we snort. So, okay,
Yeah.
Rich, let's get back to the story.
okay, so yeah, so I was raised. I went to Catholic school, you know, my whole life, and all this stuff, and okay, so let's go way back in time.
Way back in
right?
time.
Because there are certain issues that I think led to certain things that led to certain things, right?
Of course, always.
So I remember when I was in the 5th grade, my teacher called my mom and said, you know, I'd like to have Richard tested. I think he's got a learning disability. And my mom was like, well, yeah, of course, you know, let's have him tested, blah, 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 you know. So they had me tested, and actually it turned out that I was gifted. But my problem was my ADHD. Didn't know it at the time.
Right, that was before ADHD was diagnosed.
Yeah, before
Sure.
before it was a thing. And studies have shown that people with ADHD have a higher propensity for drug use because they're always chasing that dopamine.
That high.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I was in college, I connected with the wrong people, and I started smoking pot, and which
That's
is,
a gateway drug.
It
sorry.
really is.
Right?
For people that have a tendency
For
to that kind of thing,
addiction,
or
right.
yeah, addictive personalities, stuff like this, it's definitely a gateway drug.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I wound up going to harder and harder stuff, and I'd done it all from pills to cocaine to I even tried heroin one time, which was crazy. I did it one time, and it scared me to death because the very next day I was already going through withdrawals.
Oh my gosh.
So
but didn't you have a nickname in college? You shared a nickname with me.
Okay, so I wound up sticking to cocaine, and my friends called me Hoover.
There you go.
Because I was just like, and so it was crazy. But then, when I was 25, I started dating this girl. And why she was dating me, I'll never know. But missionary dating, I guess.
Well, no, but
I guess
God
it was.
placed her in your life for a
But
reason.
yeah, he really did.
He
And
tends to do that in our life journey. He places people in your path, and you may not realize that that's what he's doing. But when you look back and you go, "Wow, God was with me every step of the way."
Oh, absolutely. Because, I was doing easily a gram a day.
Oh my God.
Which is quite, it's a good amount of
And it's
cocaine.
expensive too.
Well, I wound up dealing it to support my habit.
Oh wow.
So yeah, no, it was crazy. If you had known me, 40 years ago, it's a completely different person, right?
Well, you're a new creation in Christ. That's why.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And so, she kept trying to get me to go to church. And I'm like, I got my church, you got yours, blah, 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 blah,
Right.
And then one day she invited me to go see a movie.
Uh-huh.
And now keep in mind, this was like 40 years ago. And it was called The Year of the Beast.
Okay.
And it dealt with the tribulation period.
Okay.
Right? And so, and nobody had to tell me that I was a sinner.
Right.
Nobody had to. I knew.
We
I
all
knew.
are.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah.
For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Right.
Exactly.
And so, I'm sitting there watching this movie, and I'm thinking, man, if this were to happen today,
right,
I would have to go through this because there's no way that I'm going to be taken up in the rapture or anything like that, right?
Right.
And so afterwards, the pastor's son came out, and he quoted Revelations 3:20, which says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and sup with him, and he with me." And he said, he says, Jesus is out there, and he's tugging on your hearts. He said,
Always
"Don't-"
knocking.
Yeah. He said, don't put him off for too long, because one day you're going to be looking for that tug, and it's not going to be there.
Right.
Because the Bible also said that the Spirit of God does not strive with men forever. Right? At some point, he's going to say, "Okay, no, that's enough. I gave you plenty of chances."
Right.
And he's going to be taken up before the rapture.
Exactly. And he is there knocking throughout your whole life.
Yeah.
But he won't take that. You have to take the step of faith.
Yep. He's
in
not going to open the
right,
door. You have to open the
exactly,
door.
Yeah.
And so when he said that, it just hit home. And I sat there and I said, "God, I need you. I can't do this without you."
Isn't that an awesome God, though, when you think about it? Here you are, you're in church. You don't go to this church. This woman who he placed in your path,
Yeah.
right? And he had that specific word for you on that day. And that is not unusual. That is so common, is when you open your heart to God, whoa.
Oh.
Hang on, baby.
And it's funny because I felt like a physical weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I'm weeping, right? And I was not one to cry.
Right.
And my girlfriend's just looking at me like, what is going on here? What just happened? And so we're walking out of the auditorium, and I had like a gram of cocaine in my pocket because I was going to get blown out right after the movie.
Right.
That was my intention. And I took it and I threw it in the garbage. And I said, God, I don't know anything about you. I don't know what you can do. I don't know what you can't do, but I'm going to check you out.
Right.
And so I got home that night, and I took all my drugs and I flushed them down the toilet. I took all my drug paraphernalia, you know, and I broke it up. I threw it in the garbage, you know, and I got into bed, and I remember pointing up at the ceiling, and I said, and I challenged him. I challenged God. And
he doesn't mind challenges.
No, he doesn't. And I said, all right, God, remember what we talked about.
That's right.
and I went to bed, and I was asleep as soon as my head hit the pillow.
Wow.
Right? Which like never happened. Right? And so then I woke up the next morning, and I'm stretching, and I'm like, wait, I can breathe.
Whereas
I can
before
breathe.
you couldn't. I remember you sharing with me. You would have to get up in the morning, do a line because you couldn't breathe, and
Because
that
I
would
couldn't
open
breathe
up the
from
passages.
from all the
Okay.
junk I'd put up my nose the day before. I'd be like, you know, in the morning I'd be like,
Yeah.
you know, and so
Thank you for that sound visual. That was really, I really enjoyed that.
I'm here to help it make it. I'm here to help make it real.
It's real, all right.
And so, I'm like, I can breathe. Oh my! I can breathe. I won't say what I said because it took a while for my language to change.
Right.
And still sometimes. You know.
Yeah, when I watch the Dolphins.
Yeah. and so, I didn't even have a desire for any drugs.
I think that's so cool. I'm
After
sorry
years.
to interrupt you, but Richard did the same thing with alcohol.
Her Richard.
My Richard,
Yeah.
yeah, and he did the same thing. He was like, okay, that's it, I'm done, and he literally put it down, and he's been clean for over 31 years, and it sounds like that's what happened with you.
Yeah, I've been clean for 40 years.
That's amazing.
And it's funny because I accepted Christ on a Friday the 13th.
Did you really?
Yes.
Gosh, you gotta love it.
I know. You know who says that God doesn't have a sense of humor?
He does.
Right?
Yep.
You know,
We're living proof.
We're really.
He created us.
We really are. And it's
fellow snorters. We
Yes.
came together.
There's going to be a whole section in heaven, the snort section. You know, you'll hear from the other side of the galaxy. Just. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So
thank
when-
God, waterproof mascara.
I
'cause
I know. I love that waterproof stuff. OMG. It's like so awesome. But so I'm like dumbfounded.
Yeah.
I'm like,
How
do
did
I
that
not,
happen? Right.
How do I not want some cocaine? And so the only thing that I had a desire for was to get my hands on a Bible. And so I went down. I was living in New York City at the time, and so I went down to Times Square,
Yeah.
right? At which what used to be the red light district,
Right.
at the time, kind of sort of, you know. But I had remembered seeing a little Bible bookstore
Isn't that
in
funny?
Times Square.
In the midst of.
Yeah, in the midst of-
Babylon, right?
Yep. And I remember this one poster that said, "All the darkness in the world cannot put out the light of a single
That's
candle."
right.
And that's what
So true.
stuck with me when I was thinking of that bookstore.
Yeah, darkness can't
Yeah.
overcome the light, but the light overcomes darkness.
Absolutely.
And light is our heavenly Father.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm in this Bible bookstore. I'm just looking, and this woman comes up to me. She goes, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm looking for a Bible." And she said, "Well, what kind do you want?" I said, "Well, what kind do you have?" And she said, "Well, we have the King James, the New King James, the
I know,
NIV,
you're
the
going
NASB." And I'm like,
overwhelmed.
I'm like, here. I grabbed one off the shelf.
Make it
right?
simple.
I know, right? I grabbed one off the shelf, and it was the King James, and it wasn't even a study Bible, so it didn't have any of the notes. It was just straight, you know.
Wow, that's
like the
yeah.
old English
Oh
text.
yeah, that's tough.
Which
At
was
least for me,
yeah.
the
Well, it was
old
fine
Eng-
for me because I had read Shakespeare and,
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff like that. So
oh
you know,
yeah,
it was
because
like
you were into acting. See,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
you
so-
and my husband are very similar. It's
Yeah.
scary.
Like-
Except Richard is like so shy.
yeah. Yeah, I'm a little social. Yeah.
I think so.
And so for the next, I'd say 9 months, I would lock myself in my room and just read the Bible. I didn't know how to read the Bible. I didn't know, you should start with the Gospels, and specifically John is the best one to start with. And I started with Genesis, and I just read straight through the Revelation. Like,
Genesis and all those names. It's like, okay, what?
Yeah, wait till you get the numbers. And so I'm just reading this, and I remember the first day that I started reading the Bible, right? Smoking a cigarette and reading the Bible, right? And so my mom knocks and opens the door. She goes, "Gina, what are you doing?" I said, "Reading the Bible." She's like, "Eh?
Really?
What?
Like, what happened to my son?
I know. She's like, "Oh, okay." And next thing I know,
bye-bye.
Next thing I know, my dad is knocking on the door.
Oh, like,
right?
wait a minute, this is a miracle.
She must have gone running over to him and said, "Oh my God, I don't know what's wrong with Richard. He's reading the Bible, And he's like, "Hey, Chino, what are you doing?" They call me Chino. I'm not Chinese, but it's a nickname that a lot of Cubans use, right?
Okay.
And so like reading the Bible. And it was funny because after my mom left, I was waiting for my dad to come.
I bet.
And I'm like, okay,
yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. and he just laughed and walked away. But they were watching me.
Yeah.
For the next 9 months, they were watching me because there was such a transformation in my life.
Well, there has to be. If you have a relationship with the Lord, there has to be a transformation, and people will watch you, and they're going to judge you.
Oh, and the questions that were coming, and I didn't know how to answer a lot of the questions. So my girlfriend at the time was answering the questions because she. Her dad was a deacon at the church, and all the stuff, and she knew her Bible, and so she was able to answer the questions.
Okay, hold it there. We have to go to commercial, I believe. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure. I was thinking, well, maybe we need to wrap it up.
Okay, you're taking up my time, young
so
lady.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
Go ahead.
Okay, so they were watching me, and so I started tithing. Mm-hmm. And my mom started thinking, oh, is he involved in some kind of a cult?
Right.
And so she decided, you know what? We're all going to go to this church that he's going.
Check it out, right.
Check it out and make sure that he's not involved in something that he shouldn't be involved with. And my sister was like, no, I don't like this. Rick's changed religions and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, not so much changed religions, but got a deeper faith, right? And so...
And you have to go to where it speaks to you as long as it's Bible-based, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the most important thing, is that you do that.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
So I never knew this side of you. I know this of Frank, because Frank is very spiritual, and we know a lot of Frank's calling comes through God and his angels. I never knew this about you. So has it changed you now? Now where are you not 40 years ago, but the Rich now?
Are you still in faith? In a lot of ways. Now, there are some things that I still struggle with, and a lot of that
Don't we all?
Well, a lot of that is because of my ADHD. My ADHD is pretty severe, and I think you know that.
I never knew you. I never knew you had that.
Oh, my ADHD does things like I experience things like time blindness. So I don't recognize the passage of time.
But as far as your faith in God and walking in gratitude and seeing how far you've come, do you hold on to that, or?
I don't know that I would even still be alive if it wasn't for God. Yeah. Really, and my outlook on life in general is completely different. And I know that despite the struggles and despite the countless times that I fall, I know that God is there to pick me up.
Absolutely. Yep.
I know He's there to pick me up. And times when things are really bad, I know that He's going to take care of it. Maybe not right away, in His timing. Like, I'll bet none of you here knew that lots of times when I was coming on this show, I had to pay a bill or have a meal.
Yeah.
And it was just that bad. where I thought I was going to lose my condo and all kinds of, but I knew that God was going to take care of it.
That is awesome.
And so
do you? We got to go to commercial, but do you teach that when you're working with these kids and paying it forward?
I do, but the way I do it, I kind of try to,
Of course.
Yeah, I try
it's
to
the delivery of
incorporate it, into, like my acting classes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When I start talking about human nature, and I'm like, this is what human nature is like.
Right.
This is how, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that.
do.
All right, we're going to go to commercial break.
Did you hear that?
The thud or human
The
nature?
third. And he was talking, and in fact, I heard too. He was talking, and I thought God was coming out of the ceiling there for a second.
That is God.
I spilled the coffee all over me.
Ocean wrote a book. Alicia.
I'll remember that next time I need a co-host on a show or
Anywhere
something
she
like
goes,
that, or
she
Frank
creates
needs a
trouble.
co-host.
I love you, Tracy.
Trouble or happiness or
Happiness.
miracles.
I
That's
don't
what
know.
that's the way I like to look at it. I never can handle it when a man says to me, "You and I are going to get in trouble," or "I'm going to get in trouble if I'm around you." No.
Just
no,
miracles.
No. Don't even think of it that way.
Well,
It's
you want
only
him to
good.
say you've
Only
been a
good
miracle
can
I've
come
been
when
looking
you come
for.
into contact with me.
You're the miracle I was looking
Look
for.
at today, and look at Rich's story. I love that story of faith.
But you know what? I just let me just finish with this.
On this note.
On this note, so my mom, my dad, and my sister came with me to church, right? And Pastor Tom Maharis from Manhattan Bible Church, he was preaching hellfire and brimstone, right? And I'm sitting in the back, and I'm like, God, I'm still not sure how you did what you did to me, but whatever you did to me, do it to them, right? And when he had the invitation, my mom, my dad, and my sister, all three got up and accepted Christ.
Isn't that amazing?
So it was
Woo!
just
so
so amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I think on that note, we're going to commercial.
I gotta tell you, the one thing amazing is that you and Frank are so closely related. I call them the boys.
I know.
Because sometimes, when you least expect it, and it isn't that God gave you strength. You've always had that. You now believe it. So that strength is coming from you. Just remember that. But I look at Frank, and Frank is probably the next to best thing that ever happened to you in your life, because I know he has been in mine. So it's good to have you back, buddy.
I love Frank.
Yeah, we all love Frank.
I love you, man.
I love you, man.
All right, let's hit that commercial.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Sisters of Vengeance. Wait till you hear this story.
I'm afraid to, because I
I
thought the
can't even-
ceiling was coming.
I can't
She
even
jumped out of that seat.
believe.
When that thing went down, she jumped out.
God is good. God always brings people into the studio that should be here at the right time. You can't even imagine how this
I
happened.
thought you planned on it.
No! We'll be right back. Coincidence or not.
This holiday season, let the spirit of the Brooklyn Cafe brighten up your mornings with our exclusive cafe merch collection, with our stylish tees to rep your favorite show. Elevate your morning routine with our signature cafe mugs, a sleek, lightweight laptop sleeve to protect your valuable device, a 17-ounce stainless steel bottle with your favorite show logo on it, and your favorite, hold on, let me overthink this phone case, for all Apple and Samsung phones. Cheers to the holiday season. Order now at brooklyncafe.tv/shop. Happy holidays!
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Ant Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
Away from negative infection.
Some call this the Magic City, the glittering nightlife, the fast cars, the mega yachts. But for me, the only thing magic about it is how quickly innocent women and children just disappear off the streets. I was one of them.
Come to Papa.
But guess what? I'm back with a vengeance to set things straight.
It may cost me my soul, but a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
Smile. Guess he's gonna be late.
Holy smoke!
You know he was in it.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't. Well, here's what happens. I get a text over the weekend from Mandana, who I haven't seen in years, since she was here with Dr. Kalila.
Years.
She was here with Kalila, with Mama Ali.
Mama Ali.
Years. We're doing this movie. Great. Can we come on? Great. Sisters of Vengeance, human trafficking. Great. I tell you, we've got a book about it. Tell you all the things we're doing on human trafficking. She sends me all the information. Her, George, great. She walks in, so I say to Frank, come, there's a movie that we're promoting, trailer, send it to him. He says, great, I'll be there tomorrow. I know Rich is coming because he's going to be with Dawn.
But Rich is in the movie.
Great, but I don't know this.
Oh.
She walks in, George walks in, George has been on their show. Still don't know. And then Rich, in all his wisdom, says, I'm in the movie. I go, what do you mean you're in the movie? I saw the trailer last night on my phone. I didn't know that was you. So I said to him just now, are you kidding? He says, no, I'm serious. I went, no, really, are you in the movie? He goes, yes, I'm really in the movie. I go, no, Rich, the truth. Yes, I'm watching the trailer, and there you are. I was like, that's really you.
What is wrong with this woman?
Because
I knew he was in the movie.
I didn't put any of these pieces together knowledgeably. God did this, right? Dawn invites Rich, I invite Franks, Menanda, and then it's all comes.
Really shady here?
See, it's the quiet one.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Did you know any of this?
Yeah, that part I knew.
You didn't even know anyone was coming.
I don't know nothing. Listen, this portion of the show is brought to you by Buy This Book. I just made a bet, $50 that I can sell a book.
Okay.
So I need you to buy this book. Somebody either call in something, because the author is here. Write this book. Before we get into this, I want you to calm down, because you're hyperventilating.
I know, because I can't even believe all of these elements.
You are hyperventilating. Take it easy.
Got to adjust my stuff.
I just want to know, do you have like a body double, bro? Because I'm going to tell you something. They clean you up really nice
You were
there,
looking
Rich.
good in that movie.
You looking buff. You looking good.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's a monster.
So did you guys all know Rich and Frank were going to be here? Do you have a mic?
Pick up those two mics.
I didn't know.
That's what they were there for.
Yeah, so when you shake your head, they can hear the rocks, and that's what they always tell me all the time.
So you set this up, and they knew each other, and you didn't know?
Yes.
Now you know how I feel. She tells me a few people are coming today. I knew you were coming. That's it.
And we had one
That's
cancel. I had Hip Hop Kids coming in today at 1 o'clock too.
Hip Hop Kids?
Yes.
All 12 of them?
Yes.
Where you gonna put them?
They had to reschedule. Their sound system went out. So, shoo, by the grace of God. Can you
Otherwise,
imagine?
they'll be sitting up here.
Can
We'll
you
be
imagine?
down there somewhere.
Remember all those kids we met
Of
at
course
the
I remember.
Alzheimer's event?
Of course.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Anyway, so welcome to the cafe. You were on Artist Loft with Frank and Rich, and I'm so glad, George, to have you back. And Menanda, tell us about Sisters of Vengeance.
Well, Sisters of Vengeance is an independent film we started working on a couple of years ago in the local community. It's a film about human trafficking, but it's done in a little bit of a different way. It's a story of a woman, a former sex trafficking victim, who decides it's not just enough to escape the trap of human trafficking. She wants to release her sisters in
Let's
bondage
make sure they're on, Grace.
by bringing down the entire sex trafficking ring. And she does it in some very creatively painful and disturbing ways, but
George,
you find yourself cheering for her.
George, hold your mic up a little higher.
You find yourself cheering for her because, you know, she's been victimized and she's decided to victimize the victimizers.
Good.
Yeah. There you
Good for
go.
her.
So that's basically it. We've been working on it for a couple of years, and we created a short version of the film, which is about 25 minutes long. It's won approximately 30 awards in film festivals around the world. So right now, what we're trying to do is raise the money to finish the film. And as part of finishing the film, we've scheduled a rally, a human trafficking rally in downtown Miami Beach, right on Ocean Drive, on the 28th of January, called Stopping Traffic to Stop Human Trafficking. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to stop traffic to stop human trafficking. And we've got speakers, we've got performers, we're going to have a march, we're going to have a candlelight vigil for the victims of human trafficking, and it's all going to be filmed as part of the climax of the movie. So people can come, learn something, and be in a movie. So we'd love to have you there the 28th of January between 3 and 7 p.m. On South Beach.
And Mandana, how did you get involved in the film?
Well, I came in as a publicist and one of the executive producers, but the way it happened is God did.
Yeah.
You know, it always happens like that. How I met Patricia, the lead actress, at a Gatsby event in Las Olas, and she just stood out. I said, I don't know who you are, but you look like a star. So we started talking, and she said, yeah, it's about human trafficking. I said, wait a minute. I have a youth foundation called, as you know, MIYF.org.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that's very interesting that we could collaborate and whatnot. And that's how it started. And, you know, with my PR firm, which I represent a lot of legends, so from film and whatnot, called MandanaEntertainment.com. But so now I'm involved with George and trying to raise some funds, deal with the corporates. So you can get involved.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to get involved. This is so important, the message. It affects everybody.
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah.
And
You
we're
know?
the biggest user.
Yeah.
The United States is the biggest
Yeah.
user of.
Rich, how did you get involved in the movie? 'Cause I'm just floored about the whole coincidence. I'm sitting here very quietly now.
With Sisters of Vengeance?
Yes.
You mean? Oh, well, George and I have known each other for years and years. And I've been in a couple of his movies before. And so I just, and he knows that I would do anything for him. So,
And he does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why not collaborate on bringing Stuck in Traffic forward?
I'm sorry?
Stuck in Traffic.
Oh, stuck in traffic. Well, you know, that's kind of something that I've had in the back of my head, and I think did I mention it to you, Frank? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. You know, sometimes I'm not sure if I actually say it or if it's still in my head.
Somebody smacked Rich in the back of the head, so it goes to the front of the head.
I mean,
My prefrontal cortex.
Here's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking, because I didn't know anyone knew each other. So here's what I'm thinking. Movie about human trafficking. You wrote a book called Stuck in Traffic because you got the whole script from Rose Warner.
Yeah.
But now you know George and
Yeah.
Amanda.
Who
and
also knew Rose Warner.
And Rose
And why are we
produced
not
two of my
putting this
previous
together?
films.
Yeah.
You know, that circle.
Am I missing something?
Yeah, you're missing a lot. That circle's about this big.
That.
Let me ask you a question. The movie itself, 25 minutes long, and you're gonna.
That's the short.
That's the short.
That's
so
the
you-
short version.
So you're gonna finish this movie, right? And you're gonna make it like an hour and 10 minutes, whatever it is. Is that what we're looking for? Is that the idea?
Yeah, we're looking to raise the money to finish the film. We've shot about a third of it, which is the short version. The rest of the film goes overseas, and there's a lot of intrigue and drama, and culminating in this rally that's going to take place on Miami Beach on the 28th of January. But yeah, our goal is to finish the film and distribute it, and possibly do another film and a film after that, all related to the topic of human trafficking, because it goes into a number of different areas, to organ trafficking, to labor trafficking, to indentured servitude. And as you mentioned, the United States is the #1 consumer of human trafficking. And so there's a lot of work to be done, a lot of topics to cover. And we feel that if we're going to make a movie and if we're going to entertain people, why not entertain them with a valid message that will help change the world for the better?
Absolutely. How much money do you need?
We need about $500,000 to finish the film.
Okay. All right.
And we've had a number of people help us up to this point. We're also looking for, what would you call it, product placement money, sponsors to sponsor events.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can speak to that a little bit, Mandana.
Yeah, it's basically sponsorship would involve product placements or in-kind sponsorships.
Sure.
Yeah.
endorsement deals, anything that they can get involved with.
Mandana,
because
just
you
hold
have-
your mic closer, honey.
Oh, sorry.
It's on.
Okay, so yeah, it's a lot of different ways that the corporates can get involved and be in the good books with everybody, because it's so important. I mean, the border isn't just in Mexico and
No,
Texas.
exactly.
It's right here in South Florida.
No kidding.
From
Yeah.
the waterways, Bahamas, and all these other places. So we're getting hit
Oh,
hard. And
absolutely. And you know, the Florida is actually the #2 state. California is
Yeah.
the biggest consumer of human trafficking.
Yeah.
Then Florida comes in second, and Texas is third.
And I heard like plantation, Rich. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
It's like what, #1 or #2 in the state,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is kind of crazy.
Sad.
Where do you get all
It's
this information?
ridiculous.
Because I grew up there, and I can't believe that this is right in our backyard. And people tell me some of the hotels along Glades Road, where our kids go to high school,
Oh, yeah.
are not promoting it, but not turning their heads to it either. And that it's in our own backyard, to me, is so horrific. I never even knew it existed.
Yeah.
And I can't believe how real it is and how close to home it is. That
About 25 million or 26 million women and children are currently in some form
Right.
of sexual
Absolutely.
slavery around
Yep.
the world. More people are in slavery now than there were
Yep.
before we fought a
When-
civil
when
war to
they're-
end slavery.
Exactly.
yeah.
and to think
And
that it's here in
it's
this
been here
great
forever.
socioeconomic city community that
Right.
we live in.
Yeah.
And I know money breeds what it is, but it's so horrifying
It
to know
is.
that it's in our own backyard.
Yeah.
And if you need anything from us to help push you along the way, and if you need a shady actor, you let me know.
Well, I was thinking about introducing my dad to Roy.
Right over her head.
I heard you, Roy.
Yes, I already texted him. He's watching.
So she's been blowing up my phone. She's like, well, I got this person and that person and all these things. And now I got to read all these texts. She sent me videos and musicians last night and sound bites, all of this stuff.
It's good stuff. Absolutely. Anything we can do to help push this thing along. And
Well, help us publicize the rally on the 28th, and we're going to need a lot of performers there. We're going to have a
Dancers.
march down Ocean Drive, and we'd like to have dance troops and singers and a school band, whatever
Maybe the
can
hip-hop.
show their support for our event.
Yeah.
So
They're based out of Miami.
Send them
working
our
on
way.
I'm working on getting a dance troupe for that, and also tonight I'm going to be doing a 30-second like commercial promoting it. So what I can do is I'm going to have it with me tomorrow, so I can give it to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
put it
then,
on
you know,
the
if you can put
Perfect.
that out.
Absolutely. And we can bring the hip
Yeah.
hoppers in, there's kids and stuff.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
we're working
I'll
on a
reach out to
song,
her.
a remix
Yes.
of "We Are Family" with a
Yeah.
young rap star that
Yeah.
You sent
Mandana
that to me
brought us.
last night.
Yeah, it can't be aired yet, but yeah, his name is Scar, and he's a very talented Christian rapper on my label with MandanaEntertainment.com, and we just, as you heard, it's a hit, because I used to work with the labels in New York back in the day. I'm not telling you how many years back. But they would let me. They would let me listen to. They would let me listen
Your
to
Family.
tracks
That was my
coming in
baseball
and see
teacher.
which is a hit, which is not, and everything. And one of them was Little Kim, and then down the road, I just dealt with legends and whatnot. And at one point, I'm just kind of a behind-the-scenes type of person that I like to be. So at one
And there
point,
you
one of
are.
my legends, Marshall from the Shy Lights, he wanted me to connect with Beyonce and Jay-Z and whatnot. So then I said, okay, let's do a collabo. So Beyonce had her first Grammy from Crazy in Love, which was taking snippet from Marshall's track of Are You My Woman? So that's how it all starts. So I'm kind of a behind-the-snes type person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but God's
yeah.
bringing you forward for a reason.
Yeah.
He's got you in front of the camera today.
Yeah, with the Youth Foundation,
And
that's another story.
It's great how many
It's amazing
people
how it came about.
have been drawn to this cause, because
Yeah.
it's a cause that affects everybody, and everybody can have an
Exactly.
impact on.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, we've just been encouraged by all the people that have helped us
Yeah.
and continue to help us.
Frank, you going to go down to the rally?
What?
Am I going to go down the rally? Probably not. Chris can't go up for that
Chris
long.
can't go that far.
Yeah.
Truth.
It's a truck.
See what we can bring in forward up here in the studio to help you guys out. And to help stuck in traffic also, because the more awareness we can bring to it, the whole, everything that's going on, that it's right here. I know the movie Sound of Freedom, they changed the location so it wasn't even here. Because people don't realize it's here. It's part of the problem. People don't realize
everywhere.
It's
in the
no
United
justice
States.
system.
It's everywhere.
It's in
Teachers.
different levels of government.
Cops.
It's everywhere.
Hollywood.
Walmart.
yeah.
Powerful people are involved.
Disney. You know,
It's on the
happens in all
pickleball
these
court
places.
too?
You know, anywhere there's kids.
I have someone I want to connect you to, Trina Robinson from Channel 6.
Oh, awesome. Yes.
I will connect you.
So, yeah, and nobody knew.
I'll connect you, and then you can, yeah.
Okay.
She could have, she might be able to send someone.
That's your next book.
Actually, that is part of my next book.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say, but yeah, I'm using human trafficking in my next book. And we just did a charity tournament. My friend that I play with at Patch Reef Park, Donna Budd, she ran for Operation Underground Railroad, which is a human trafficking organization, raised $30,000.
Wow.
So it was great, yeah. So it is, it's all over, everybody's aware of it.
It's right, again, right here in our backyard.
Well, everybody's looking to exploit everything and anything. So something good comes along, you got to watch the sharks that try to exploit. I remember when they held the Super Bowl in Miami, it was a problem with all sorts of things going on down there. And they didn't realize it because we were #1 at that time in the country. And it was highlighted, and the NFL was very sensitive to anything bad happening around their games. They didn't know what to do. They were calling companies. They must have had like 50,000 people walking around the stadium to keep everybody safe.
Wow.
And the bottom line is, you don't want to shine in this deal, so stop making it so difficult to bring these movies and everything else to light. You know, the opposite. The only way to work this is from the inside out. And if people are caught doing this crap, you got to expose them. That's really what it comes down to. Remember when I told you, I think 8 years ago, that I had a dream that we walked down I-95 from here, and there were hundreds of thousands of people walking on the highway, and we closed it down. And that's what you need, because when you do that, somebody's going to say, wow, we do have a problem. But it takes that to get this thing out of the way. So that dream is still alive. Not bad for a shady guy, huh?
I don't know. I should introduce you to my friend Frank over there.
Oh, I
he
know
writes
Frank.
it in books.
I know he does.
I'm just noticing how much less shady you look and how much less intimidating you look with the poor posture that you've been sitting there with. I mean, you look a lot less shady. You look like
that ship has sailed.
Tracy, we were sitting on the morning show yesterday, and he's sitting like he sits, and I sit like I sit. But the way the camera, I look like Alice in Wonderland who ate the pill to grow. And he looked like the one who drank the potion to get smaller, because here I was, and then here he was, and we had to just change. Honey, I Shrunk Freddy, I think. We just had to change the camera angles on that whole thing.
Okay, so the 28th, give us more info on the 28th time, place, locations, and people, a number to reach if they want to get involved.
Okay, so the rally is called Stopping Traffic to Stop Human Trafficking. It's going to be held on South Beach at 500 Ocean Drive, right across from the Fridays in the Loomis Park there, from 3 to 7 p.m. We're also going to be filming scenes for the movie at the same time we're doing the event, but we're going to have speakers, potentially some very well-known speakers. I can't announce their names yet because they're not fully signed. We're going to have entertainment. We're going to have the march, as I said, and we're going to have a candlelight vigil for the victims. And we've got pictures of hundreds of victims of children that are still missing that we want to bring attention to. So there's something for everyone, and even if you don't think it hits close to your home, it hits close to somebody's home around you. So come and support it and make a difference.
George, how did you get so involved in human trafficking?
Well, my co-producer, Patricia Delanois, about 2 years ago, said, we've got to make a movie. And I said, what movie do you want to make? We work on a lifestyle television show called Hot Life Miami, which is basically, the things happening in Miami. And I thought, well, do we do something about, entertainment or the arts. No, we've got to do something that makes a difference. And we racked our brains and we came up with a topic that seemed to be ignored by most of the media. And the idea of human trafficking. And we've all, heard of someone that's been trafficked or heard of a kid that's gone missing. And when you embark on making a movie that's going to take years of your life, you want it to be something that you're passionate about, something that you feel will make a difference in the world. And so we agreed on that, and we started working on it, and we created a little 5-minute short. When we got more involved in it, we connected with Victor Williams, who's a former Homeland Security officer in charge of a lot of special insight, and we've basically amassed a group of like-minded people who all want to make a difference on this topic. And like I said, with 25 million women and children around the world, victims at present, there's a lot to be done. So that's what we're trying to do. And we're trying to do it in an entertaining way that doesn't depress people or turn people off, but gives them hope and a way to respond, things that they can personally do.
I got to tell you, I'm going to say 17 years ago, I was invited to have dinner with a group. And I didn't know what the dinner was about, but they said, come on down, we have something we want to share with you, we want to do something. And I met them, it was 2 women, and I met them, and they wanted to do something on the air about trafficking. And it scared me half to death, because at the time I had just starting out with Beasley Radio, and I didn't know if I could put this on the air. So I sat back and I said, well, you didn't have to take me to dinner. I'll ask to see if I can get permission. So I went to the Pope, and he says, if you think you want to do it, do it. And I'm going to tell you, as God is my witness, I didn't do it. I was so afraid of the throwback of doing this 18 years ago. 18 years. So I sit here and I listen, because this time I'm not going to sit back, because I was given an opportunity to do something 18 years ago and I didn't do it. It's one of the regrets I have in the media business. And I know that the person who sat me at that dinner is the one that was going to interview you on her show.
Really?
And that's how I met her. And then 6 years later, I got to meet you, and I asked you to come in to work with me and everything else. Liz, I never ever forgot what she did, because she was trying to make a difference. And she went about it alone. And back in those days, nobody wanted to talk about this. Forget about doing something on the air. Nobody wanted to mention this thing. And I had a chance to be one of the first to do it on national radio, and I shied away. And I'm being very honest, I shied away. And it's something that I regret, and I ain't doing that twice. Not doing that twice. So you got my vote, whatever you need.
Consider yourself on our team.
I'm going to tell you, I messed up. I didn't mess up. I was afraid, because people were afraid back in the day to even mention this thing, to say that it happens or everything else. I mean, I know people that were thrown into vans on gang initiations that turned into something else. I know one lady who fought her way out of this thing. And I've never discussed that on the air, ever, because she kept me to secrecy. But this is a problem. We have a major, major problem. We talk about this all the time. Don't stick your head in the sand, because something else is going to become a problem. So whatever you need, you got my vote. Whatever it is that needs to be done, let's do this. And let's get it done. See, you didn't know they were coming.
I knew they were coming. I didn't realize the common thread between all of it. So I am floored. It takes a lot for me to actually be surprised. But this was a big shocker.
This is a good one, absolutely.
Right? And I booked all the guests, and I still didn't realize the thread of it. It's not even like you didn't know. I booked everybody to come on. So amazing. And the other guest that was supposed to be here, let me reach out to her, because they're based in Miami, and see if we can get these teens, hip-hop kids, to perform at your event.
Awesome.
So she was supposed to be here at 1 o'clock. See, she was supposed to be here for a reason. But I will reach out to her. They are amazing.
They're marvelous.
They're incredible.
Would be so awesome.
Maybe we can get Megan involved too, and get maybe JC. Bring them all.
So more to come with
Johnny
that.
T, I need a song, Johnny T.
All right,
Come
thank
on
you
down.
all so much. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we got to check in with our soothsayer over here, Mr. Frank A Ruffolo. He doesn't say much, but yet he says a lot.
He's more silent and
like the
deadly than
Pope.
she is.
He's like the Pope. More to come. We'll be right back.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing, what's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa that I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddy S and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought. You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
You're still selling a book?
And we're back. That's a good segment.
Wow.
Powerful segment. Yes, I'm still selling a book. I'll tell you something. Don't let me get violent.
00 Start
Or I could cry.
by C.S. Singer.
Yes.
And she's writing about human trafficking in her next book.
Her next
Who
book.
knew?
You did this on purpose.
I didn't, but apparently there's a greater calling that we're supposed to be doing this. Because if God puts 1, 2, 3
4, 5, 6
pieces in front of us in one sitting, we got to do something about it.
Help me march down I-95. We can all read books. Everybody will read like a page and you hand the book over. You ever did that?
No.
My football teams, I used to make them do that.
Did you?
Yeah.
We
I
gotta-
used to have them start page 1, they read a page, and gave it to the next guy. And the
Did they
next
read
guy.
it out loud?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, they read it. Finish. No, they read it
I
out
was
loud.
wondering.
I'm going to tell you something. I got their attention by doing it. Because if you didn't know what was going on, you ran laps.
It's the ways you do things.
It's the way I do things.
It's like how Frank does things.
No, Frank is another
Quietly.
perplexity of himself.
I'm
This
glad to
guy-
have Frank back.
This guy is from another planet. I've come to the conclusion. He's from another planet, he's from Mars, and there's the Martian over there. Just saying.
Frank has a calling to
Frank,
look
you
over
met
Richard.
Tracy, the
You met Tracy?
silent assassin over there?
Hi, Frank.
You want to be on Tracy's show. Good stuff. Tracy, you got a lot of elements here that you can put on your show.
I do,
Oh
definitely.
my gosh, wait.
A lot of different ways I can go with this.
Her next podcast will be, we're afraid to see.
Her podcast? It's called The Silent Assassin.
I have some excellent, interesting guests on it, for sure.
Oh my gosh. And I heard, Frank, your next book I heard, as in the back of my ear, it's coming out this month?
Hopefully it'll be out this month. That's what we're shooting for, yeah.
What's the name of the book?
Samael of Sarah.
It's going to be scarier than,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's,
Wait a minute. Is this like what's going to happen type of book?
This is what's going to happen type of book.
What year?
Jeez.
It's about, well, let me tell you what it's about. Hold on.
Xantha Terror to me is scary. And even Josh is like, nah,
What,
it's
Santa
scary.
Claus?
No, Xantha Terror. The
Xantha.
third Xantha
With a Z?
with an X.
I'm Puerto Rican. Xantha Terror with an X. You ever heard of that? Xantha Terror with an X.
With an X. That one's scary. This one,
So what is
Well,
this?
it's about
Satan's
Satan's
son.
offspring.
Yeah, the
That's
spawn
what I
of
thought.
Satan.
Satan. Didn't I
Satan's
say
offspring is coming, and the people decide to replace him with. They decide the people are going to decide to take Satan's offspring as the new Messiah, and then God's going to come and say, "Well, that's it. I'm done, and this is how I'm going to take care of you." So.
This is like a combination of Rosemary's Baby and The Exorcist.
It's like watching the news. It's just scary.
But God's going to come and
Take care of it?
take care of it.
I hope so, because I'm going to tell you,
No,
there's
you
a few
don't want
Satan.
God to come and take care of it.
Did Satan have like twins? Because there's like a bunch of guys in Europe right now that I could tell you are Satan's offspring. Thank you, Rich, for that joke, by the way.
But God's going to God says, well, you've now forsaken me, so now I'm going to wreak my justice on you, on mankind. So God's going to take care of it at the end. You really don't want God to take care of it.
Amen to that, but you got to read Frank's books. There's so many I want to read.
You got to get another pair of eyes.
I know, and
You want me to read to you?
I just need a few more hours.
I'll-
You going to
I'll call
read
it
to me?
Xantha.
And Josh did the cover.
Oh, that's the one with the eyeball.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you something, not for nothing, but what the hell was that? That is one scary cover. I'm afraid to touch the damn book. What is that?
Well, you'll have to read the book.
I
The
saw
third
it.
eye.
It's the third eye.
Yeah.
You should start with the first one. Start with Gabriel's Chalice.
Why?
You know, when I was flying home from Houston at a 5-hour layover, and I remember Tres Archangelis, I'm looking out the wing going, please, angels, just make sure we get there safely. Here I am talking to myself in my head about your book, thinking if anyone actually knew what went on in my head when the archangels are on the wings of the plane, making sure they're safe, we should all have a little more faith.
Make sure you're just not on the flight in Alaska.
Where the door
Alaska
comes
Air.
off.
Yeah.
Did you ever write about that?
About what?
Doors coming off airplanes?
No. That's,
That's small stuff.
Small
He
stuff,
does
but the
big
shuttle
stuff.
going to the moon, you were telling me.
Oh yeah, they're going to send we're going to send an astronaut up to the moon first time since 1972. I got some inside information.
Yeah, well, there's some theories as to why we haven't sent one since, but
Oh, the aliens in Miami. They've been wanting to talk about
The
this
aliens
for
in Miami. There you
days.
go.
Josh Scher. I think he's got some footage for us.
The aliens in Miami. What are you
there were
talking
aliens
about?
in Miami at Bayside.
Aliens always been in Miami.
Did you just come from there?
We all live over there.
Really?
There, see
What
this?
is this?
Aliens in Miami.
Oh, come on, that's not a real picture. Yeah, it is. It is? It is. Of course it is. What makes you say it is?
What did
100
they
cop-
see in Miami?
Flying
You have a mic?
saucer.
They're saying they saw these
Where's your mic?
They say they saw these giants, and they would like be there, and then they would be gone, and then they would be
Giant what?
Giants.
Yeah, they
giant men.
Walking aliens. Frank at Xantha Terror in Miami Beach.
But you know, I
Basically.
think that also you got to take into consideration that with all the technology that they have, they can shine something into the sky and show an actual where you think it's real. I mean, they're doing all kinds of stuff.
The Beatles. They just finished a song that the Beatles never put out. And both of the guys are in the video.
Right.
AI. They did
Right.
it with AI.
That's what I think happened, but for whatever reason, the
Aliens
the
in
cops were
Miami.
called, and they
Alien-
said they were aliens. No,
Rich, where you been?
This
Rich?
is the
Wanna
book
know
cover.
the
There
day-
it is.
That's George's book cover. I want to know where Rich was the night that they took that picture.
I was resting at home at Area 51 and just chilling, watching some TV, watching all the havoc I had just caused, and so yeah.
Well, Frank and Rich are also the hosts of Florida Arts Network, which airs here on Thursday nights at 5:30. And
Yes,
my
the
understanding
Artist Loft,
is
yeah.
the Artist Loft. that we're going to maybe be increasing to every week.
We hope to.
Yeah.
What I'm
Sponsors.
thinking.
Hint, hint.
Thursdays at 5:30. Josh, not 7. Yeah.
My bad.
My bad.
It's at 5:30.
So hard to
Who's
find
at
good help
7?
nowadays. No, I'm
Laura.
kidding.
No, it has to
I
be at
shouldn't say that
5:30.
because Josh is amazing. I love that guy.
They're all amazing.
They
those
aren't
kids.
they?
What do you have coming up next, you guys, on the show? You have a show tomorrow night.
Yeah, Kimberly Douglas will be on the show tomorrow. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to tell us about her film festival, Flow Film Festival.
Yeah.
She was a great guest.
Yeah, and she happens to be on our board of directors. Well, so is George. George is also on the board of directors for Florida Arts.
This world gets smaller and smaller. I'm telling you,
It-
as the
it
day
really-
goes on,
it
it's
really
like,
does.
whoom. I feel like shrink wrap. I feel here.
It's
Seriously.
Did she say she feels like shrink wrap?
It's like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Everybody's related.
I tell you, today is like God's got a huge message for us today, and if we're not
us.
figuring it out,
Don't put me in your
apparently me.
craziness.
Look at that painting from Lola right up
And
there.
it
It kind of
begins.
looks like,
Here we go.
right, Frank, the one right in front of you, almost like the cover of your book. From my angle, where the lady's in it. You just need the
Yeah,
eye in it,
sorta.
right? The third eye. Sorry, I digress. Rich, I'm hanging out with you.
yeah.
But shrink wrap, I mean,
You sure you want to do that?
because I know Freddie, you just spoke with them before the show
First
about
of all,
some things.
never talk to Richard
shrink
and
wrap?
use the word shrinkage.
I didn't.
I know, but you do that, he gets all HPHD.
But you know
or
when they
whatever.
like wrap up food and it's just like you suck the air out and it's like, oh my gosh, it's just like
They wrap up food and they shrink?
wrap.
Yeah.
Takes all the air out. Me, no. Him, maybe.
No, you.
No.
Shrinkage.
No, I didn't say that. I
Richard,
said shrink wrap.
Food. And you keep going shrinkage. Look, even he got it.
Okay. Don't associate me with shrinkage.
I don't know.
Food, Richard, food. I don't know
Well,
what
yeah.
she's talking about. Just the show is almost over. Just humor.
Saran wrap.
In
Shrink wrap.
retail, when people steal things, it's called shrinkage. So I'm not, you know.
What?
I'm going back
Well,
to
you
shaving.
cleaned that
What?
one up,
Thinking
didn't you?
that.
I never heard that.
Wow.
That's true.
That's true. I've heard that.
You have?
This
I've
was
only,
after doing a face segment.
It just tells you God helps all.
I've only heard it in the pool. I never heard of anywhere else. What are you talking about? Things you steal, they shrinkage.
All right, so tomorrow with Florida Arts Network, what are we talking about on Artist Loft? You've got Kimberly
Kimberly
Douglas.
Douglas will be on. She'll be talking about her Flow Film Festival.
Yeah, and in fact, she and I were someplace the other day looking for a venue. I don't want to say it yet. She'll say it, but we're looking at some really nice venues for like some of the after parties and stuff like that for film festivals. I think it's going to be so amazing this year.
When do they start?
It'll be like end of February, beginning of March, right around there.
You got to have some coming out parties. You got to make some coming out parties, some announcements. You got to get some of this stuff flowing to
Coming
make
out
people
party?
aware. Yes, Richard,
Teasers,
your
teasers.
shrinkage coming out party. Absolutely.
I got to tell you,
You
it's been
started this, by the way.
I didn't mean that. I
You-
just meant all
you
the
started
things that have been put in front of us today that we have
And now
to,
and more in the front. Yes, I get it. I get it.
you know,
Frank.
important things to deal with.
And she continues.
Your hat's still not even in the
I
picture
know.
all day. His hat's hasn't been in the shot all day, you guys. You're getting taller.
Oh, he wants me to sit back. All right,
There you
good show
go.
today.
Oh, Frank, again, how do people get your books? They're all here.
They're all, yeah, you can get them right here in the studio or Amazon, or you can contact me by email, frankaruffolo@gmail.com.
But we've got signed copies of all of the books here. The new one hopefully we'll have soon. Check it out. Read the series. You've got the Jack Stenhouse novels. You've got your faith-based novels. Stuck in Traffic again, talking about human
My
trafficking.
memoir.
The memoir is, I always have people start with that one because I always like to learn about the author, the faith-based side of that.
It scares people half to death, but that's another book.
That's another.
He just stays so quiet and humble about it. That's the amazing
It's the
thing.
frick and the frat over there. And put him back in the trunk.
Put it back in the trunk.
Frickin' frack?
No, Frank and I are.
I know.
No, you're not frick and you're not frack. You're something else.
Frank just stays so quiet, and Rich just doesn't. What can I tell
That's
you?
because he uses up all the letters. In the sentence.
And they're still on with that. Oh my gosh, dear God.
I love it. I actually love that.
How many times have I told you guys how much I love your crew? They're amazing. They're like the best crew ever.
There is nothing left
If you
to
let
say.
them, if you let them go, they will take this thing to another platform. Yeah.
Well, it is nice to have our crew back. We've got a few new producers. I don't even know if the new kid is still here.
Where's
Peru.
Where's Boynton?
Boynton's right out there. Peru, I don't know.
And where's Peru?
He walked.
Is he missing? He didn't walk to Peru.
I don't know, but it's nice to have everyone back.
What are you
again.
laughing at? I'm getting to know their names.
He's still here? All right. More to come with Faith Stories. Check out the Sisters of Vengeance. More information coming on that. We will post the flyer 00 Start. Check that out on Amazon. Freddie's still selling one here. I'm going to keep these tickets, these passes until tomorrow. See about giving those away.
I'm
or
going
maybe
to tell
give
you
them
right
to Allen Knight
now,
on Saturday.
you got to buy this book because I got a big bet going on. And we'll even have the author sign it for you.
We've got all of Frank A. Ruffolo's books all signed here right in studio. And check out Being Tracy. Hopefully she'll be joining us here at the studio a little bit more.
We have to bring Alicia's sister back. What's her name?
Priscilla.
Her.
Priscilla.
Priscilla's Elvis Presley's wife. We got
My
to bring her
brain is
back so that because she won the books.
Yes, she did.
And we haven't even had her on.
I think she was away.
She was away on a cruise. But I think the ship came back today.
Alicia couldn't believe all the books that she won, Frank.
She couldn't
It's a
put
lot
it in
of
her
books.
car.
She
We're
was
too
like,
heavy.
I know.
Too heavy?
Yeah, we had to take it out one by one
No, we
and put it back together. I think it's still in the backseat of her car.
Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. We will see you tomorrow, 9
Stay
a.m.
shady,
drive
my
time.
friends.
Stay shady, my friends. That's
Bye-bye.
good.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.